Do you have stars? Maybe we should just watch it anyways. I don't know.
No, I don't.
No one has stars. Only we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. If it was like HBO or something, we would told other people would totally have it. But unfortunately, Stars is not one that's super popular. So I started the broadcast, and hi everybody that's watching on YouTube. If you guys are watching, we're gonna watch Starcrash. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it was my fault. We were gonna watch Jason X, but I was using Apple TV and didn't realize that Jason X is with Stars, so no dice. My bad.
But Starcrash is super fun. It's like a Star Wars ripoff.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Okay, it's a Roger Corman movie, huh?
Yeah, I think it is a Roger Corman movie.
Maybe he didn't direct it, but it's part of the Roger Corman collection. It says.
Yeah, I think he produced it. Probably. This is going to be the time when he would have started producing a lot more movies than actually like making them.
I mean, we got Hasselhoff. We have Christopher Plumbers in this too.
Yeah, Carolyn Monroe from Maniac is in this.
Joe Spinell is someone too, isn't he?
He might be.
You don't remember who Joe Spinell is?
Well, I mean, Joe Spinell is Joe. I was saying that Joe Spinell might be in this movie. Of course, I know who Joe Spinell is. Like, he was in Maniac.
He is in this movie. I'm looking at it right now. He plays Count Zarth Arn.
Yeah, because I remembered that from... There's a little documentary on the Maniac Blu-ray just specifically about Joe Spinell. And I remembered that he was in another movie with Carolyn Monroe. So
dude, he's such a greasy looking man. Yep. He is gnarly.
Yeah.
And then Marjo Gortner. He's like one of the main characters of this movie, I guess. He's in The Food of the Gods, which isn't The Food of the Gods totally a Corman film?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we got the Corman cast.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready, we're gonna watch this.
Let's do it.
We'll give you a countdown.
You want me to do it?
I started it because I figured we'd get an ad, and we did. So I'm just gonna skip it real quick.
I did not get an ad. That's funny that you got an ad because I totally didn't.
I got an ad. So hopefully everybody can skip the ad, and then we'll start it off in 3, 2, 1, play.
I should load up YouTube as well. How do I do that? YouTube. The link is on Patreon.
Link is on Patreon. Just make sure you mute your video.
Mute that. Oh, because it's on a huge delay, right?
Yeah. Also, you don't want the reverb.
I do not know what to expect from this movie. Is it good, like Deathstalker good? Because I'll tell you, I actually really enjoy Deathstalker.
I think it's a lot of fun.
This is oh my God, what a ripoff of Star Wars. That's ridiculous.
Well, I wasn't kidding when I said it was a ripoff of Star Wars. So.
Who did direct this? I want to look this up. Where is the link? It's not on here.
It is.
I see Bad Movie Night, Starcrash, August. Oh, that's interesting. You can just click it right on Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yikes. Although I have to say, this is already like making extensive use of very cheap sets. I mean, there's nothing to this set at all.
Yeah.
Look at what is that glass dome? I mean, that's just half of a glass sphere and there's a button inside of it. And it looks futuristic and spacey.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we have Annette watching in YouTube. Who else do we have watching?
I don't know. I can't see comments. All I can see is the video of YouTube. I can't see like the comments.
I've got the comments.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting for people to announce themselves.
Gotcha. You know what though? This comes from a time when, like, this reminds me a lot of like Ultraman kaiju kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
these are those kind of effects, and I find them very charming, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, I love this kind of movie, so I'm never
Yes.
gonna knock it because I think it's super fun. Okay, so Andrea is here.
Where at? On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We need more people to chat. You girls need to get in the chat. Wow. Okay. Are the ships red or are they lit red?
I don't know. They look like they're lit that way.
Okay.
Oh, they totally are. Because I thought they were like red plastic. They're totally. Oh my God. Look at that explosion. This makes me really like miss Ultraman. And then having just read Ready Player One, like I really want to watch some Ultraman now. I gotta turn the volume down on this. It's way loud. That was the exciting intro.
Yeah. Tiny little explosion.
But that was a big explosion. That was like the Death Star explosion. That was huge.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that one with all the what's it called? Like the sparkles and shit, the sparks that come off. Joe Spinell, there it was.
Yep, there he is. Now that like documentary is coming back to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
You remember like even what he looks like in this movie?
Yeah, for sure.
The Emperor. Yeah, there's a character called the Emperor. What year did this come out? Was this the same year? Like, did he crank it out that fast?
This is 1979, I think, but I'm guessing it would have been made in the same year. So I think it took a while for them to get.
Yeah, IMDb's got it listed at 78 even. David Hasselhoff got food poisoning during this filming.
Oh.
God, could you imagine? Like, I was just reading the other day about like Chipotle's in a lot of trouble right now because they like don't keep their food cold enough and made a bunch of people sick.
Oh.
Like, imagine if you had to feed like 100 people and you're like craft services and it's like, oh, it's really hot on this set. You think the food's okay? Yeah, it's fine. They'll survive.
Yeah. It's no good.
Well, he did survive. Just
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, a rough couple days.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that these space police are giving them the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Like that's the space rights as well. Okay, this is almost like a cross between Star Wars and Star Trek as well. The music is very Star Trek-y.
Yeah, I think it took a lot of inspiration from like things like Battlestar Galactica because that would have been popular. Like the TV show would have been popular at this time, the old school one.
I've never seen an episode of Battlestar Galactica.
I haven't either. Well, I've seen parts of it because there's a Mystery Science episode that the movie uses stock footage from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my gosh. Those effects look great. What is that? That looks like that thing you put your hand on and it like puts a bunch of static electricity all over your hand.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The ball.
Yeah. And I'll say I actually happen to really like the colored stars, like all the different colors out there. It looks cool. That guy looks like William Katt's dad.
Yeah, he does.
He's got like the same hair. Not quite as good looking as William Katt, though. That's why William Katt got the TV show.
Yeah. He's the greatest American hero.
Yes.
So we also have Brandon. He's doing some teaching prep. So he is joining us on YouTube.
I should be doing some teaching prep, but I'm not. I'm taking the night off. I only had 3 days, though. 3 days in so far, and then I got a weekend already. We got a 5-day week next week. Jumping right in.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have 2 5-day weeks because Labor Day's not for like 2 weeks, right? It's 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's first week in September.
That's really late normally. So yeah, I think I've got like 3 weeks. they're even shaped like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are parts of this movie, and this is probably not going to make anyone happy. These actors, I bet, because they're in a low budget movie and are really trying to act hard, like might give better, like in their own minds, better performances. Oh my God, that's better special effects right there than anything in Star Wars. That's better. That's the best special effects I've ever seen. It looks like an eye.
Yeah. It looks like the commercials for the Star Wars toys.
Oh man, that was really that. I saw all that stuff when I watched. I really like that astronaut helmet. When I watched the Toys That Made Us, that's really cool.
Yeah.
The Star Wars one and the Star Trek one was really good too. Those are really good back-to-back ones because did they do it? They did a Star Wars one, right? It was Star Wars and Star Trek because they talked about how like some of it got cross-purposed and stuff. I think.
Right. Well, yeah, and I think some of the Masters of the Universe stuff got repurposed from old Star Wars toys too.
Dude, Masters of the Universe. What is that? Is that real? Those toys that are coming out that are like buff, like monsters?
I don't know, man, but they're awesome. I think pleather in space would not be a good idea, but that's just me.
That is what it is. It's pleather. Damn it. Oh, I hear a dog. I can hear that dog.
Oh, yeah,
What's
he's
his
a
name?
really cute.
What's his name?
Right?
That's right.
These ones are Toby and Calvin.
Oh, okay. Do you have a dog named Pickle?
Pickles, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Apparently, Hayden doesn't go to school for another 2 to 3 weeks, which is crazy.
Oh, wow. We're really early, but I mean, that's kind of the trend now. The idea, they're doing it for the high schoolers so that they can take their finals before Christmas break because they think that Christmas break like makes them forget all their stuff. So they come back and don't do well on final exams. I'll tell you though, no job in the history of jobs is like, how about that final exam score from chemistry? Like, no one's looking at that. Final exams don't matter at all. Grades don't really matter, do they?
I don't know. It depends, I guess. But Andrea and Brandon say that Funko is making those weird buff monsters. So
okay, how the hell do I get to the YouTube chat? Okay, I can see. I'm looking. The video itself is playing on Bad Movie Night, like on the post.
You would actually have to go to YouTube.
Oh, but I don't. Is it on our channel? Can I just go to our channel and watch it there?
Here, I'll post a link in the chat.
That way, at least I can see what you guys are saying, so Tab doesn't have to relay everything. We can both interact with you. I'm like the worst host ever. I'm just like way too cash. I should be like professional. I'm like super dehydrated too, but I don't want to get up and get anything to drink. Normally I have a water bottle somewhere nearby, but not this time.
This might be the best Joe Spinell ever looked.
Well, how many options do we have to determine how he looks? I mean, it's not many, right?
It's not a lot, but he's like vaguely in shape, you know?
Vaguely, he's in a shape.
He's in better shape than he was in Maniac.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think Maniac, the point was to make him just an absolute pile of garbage.
Yeah.
What's the timestamp? I clicked the wrong stupid box and closed out this. Where are you at? 90.
I'm at 11:43.
11:43. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, we're now 11:55. That close?
11:55. You're right. Yeah. As you said that, we were hitting 11:55.
12, 12:01, 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, good. Oh, Joe Spinell. What a guy. Oh, this is totally going to be like link only, huh? Dang it. Did you post that link?
I did. I posted it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you much. And then how do I see? There's comments.
Yeah. You can pop it out.
Yeah. You can?
Yeah, you click on the 3 dots and it gives you a couple of options, and one of them is to pop.
Oh, dude. Technology. So great.
What would you do without me, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrea says everyone is in a shape, and that is correct.
I think Funko needs to get into something beyond the cutesy stuff. They need to do, I don't know. I've been eyeballing those. I don't know how to say it. They're like Japanese, or like they're the woman versions of the like monsters. So there's like a Jason one. There's a Leatherface one, I think. There's definitely a Freddy. I know there's a Chucky. And they're just like girls that are like dressed up like those. I showed you those, Tab, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
There's an Ash Williams one. There's a Hellraiser one. I really want those.
Carolyn Monroe is in an entirely different outfit. That doesn't look practical at all.
I don't remember her from Maniac. Who was she?
She's the main girl. She's the girl he falls in love with. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you, that was one we didn't buy, right? We don't own that, do we?
I own it.
You own it?
Yeah.
I don't think we bought that one. I don't know. That rope around her waist looks really uncomfortable. What the hell? He just whacked her. And you can see she had welts on her back. Like, you could tell they totally did that way too many times.
Caught him on fire.
Again, they're putting more into these effects. Like, Star Wars didn't have this kind of effect. They had sparks, but they didn't have like fire and people blowing up like that.
Yeah.
We got you, Brandon. We see you in there.
So Brandon says, do grades matter? I think it depends on the subject. I teach writing, so grades are so subjective that it's hard to justify them to students sometimes, which makes sense.
That's true. Writing is one of those things too that, I mean, depending on the level that you're at, I mean, I only teach 5th grade, so it's like they love to write, and I can get them to write just about anything. Robert Englund is blonde.
He is. I mean, you ever seen pictures of him?
Oh, that's right. Freddy is the... Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Freddy, that girl action figure I was talking about is like super blonde, like very light blonde.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Andrea. I think that's a weird color of hair for that particular figure. The Hellraiser one looks cool though. She's wicked.
They probably had to save the red hair for the Chucky one, because there is a Chucky one.
There is. She has pigtails. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm all about those NECA toys. I have had that Chucky one in my hands more than once. I don't even like Chucky, and I had that Chucky toy in my hand. It's really well done. The toy looks amazing.
Yeah, all their toys are really good. So I really want to get the Guillermo del Toro ones, especially Santi from Devil's Backbone. So,
dude, that gun is weird. It looks like a gun from an Eldar from Warhammer 40,000. That's like what their guns look like. It doesn't look like a real gun.
The little spinning thing looks like one of those weird, like cheapo games that you see in an arcade where you can like win a prize if you.
Yeah. You drop the coin in the slot and you ramp it up into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want that gun. Like that looks like a 40K gun. Seriously, that looks exactly like, I don't remember, Shuriken Catapult, I think they're called, the Eldar guns.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a Fawn toy though. They have a Sansi figure.
I'm sure they'll have a Fawn toy at some point. Unpopular opinion, but Pan's Labyrinth is not my favorite. I'm a Devil's Backbone fan for sure. I liked Pan's Labyrinth, but it didn't resonate as much with me as Devil's Backbone. So.
And that's supposed to be a robot? That's
apparently
ridiculous. I thought it was just a dude in a suit.
I think they hired some Doctor Who villains to be in this movie, like old school Doctor Who.
So I must really be missing out to miss Doctor Who, huh? Like everyone references Doctor Who recently.
I don't know. Like again, my husband's a huge fan of Doctor Who. I've watched some of it, but it's not on my list of favorites.
Now she's dressed like Vampirella. That's totally Vampirella's outfit.
It does look like Vampirella. Yeah, you're right.
Was she around in 77, 78?
I think so, yeah.
She's been around for a while, right?
Right, yeah. I used to get Wizard magazine, and they would always make a huge deal out of Vampirella.
Yes. I still have a Wizard magazine that had the Gen 13 cast. I think his name was J. Scott Campbell did those. Some of the craziest 90s, like they were just pure sex appeal. Gen 13.
I loved when they had Doom as a character. Like, they would just have pictures of Doom toys, I think, and then they would have like a little speech bubble. And Doom was voted the best villain one year, and he had the toy where he's sitting on his throne holding a goblet, and the bubble just said "Drinks are on Doom," and I had that in my locker for a really long time in high school.
Like Doctor Doom?
Yeah, yeah.
He's cool. Look, like I'm not familiar enough with his like mythos. Like I don't really know much about him. I know he's really a cool character though.
Yeah, he was like their mascot kind of, or they'd have a guy dressed up like Dr. Doom and just have like a little speech bubble coming out of his head.
Yeah, yeah. They just couldn't do those Fantastic Four movies right, like ever. They just really fucked those up. I think I don't know. I thought I read they're redoing it, but probably not.
So Andrea wants the Santi figure, and she also says Devil's Back One is her favorite too, which is awesome. And she says the Pale Man, Fawn, and Ophelia are coming for NECA toys. Brandon said that the way Freddy is typically represented these days usually mimics the look of the 2010 film, like in the Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah,
which he finds weird. And in fact, I do too.
I would wager that he's like that version of Freddy because that movie was a little more relevant then. I think that Mortal Kombat, that was the PS3 Mortal Kombat.
Well, that also might be what the look that they have the licensing for, because they have to have the licensing for the look, and they may even have to have the actor's permission. And maybe they got Jackie Earle Haley instead of Robert Englund.
I'm sure he's way less expensive than Robert Englund.
Probably so.
Which is
There's
sad.
Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, that's the youngest I have ever seen that man.
He looks younger in Sound of Music, but you also may have not have seen Sound of Music.
Are you kidding me? You're making a Sound of Music reference? No way have I seen that movie.
Well, I mean, it was on TV all the time. You might have caught it accidentally. I don't know.
Not even for a millisecond.
Okay.
If that's one with Julie Andrews, right? If she's in it, yes. I'm not interested. I can't name a Julie Andrews movie that would have any interest for me.
There's a couple Hitchcock ones. There's Torn Curtain and one called Topaz, I think. I was never a big fan of those because those are like the spy thrillers, and I'm not into that. So he's like Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's like a fusion.
They call him the Emperor, but he's not evil Emperor.
No.
Dude, she is totally Vampirella. Like, that's ridiculous. Shame there's not like a Vampirella or like a Lady Death movie. I wonder why.
Because comic book movies in general are not great. And
Could you imagine if they tried to make a Lady Death movie? It would be a debacle. It would be ridiculous.
It would. I mean, the Marvel movies are good, but any other comic book company trying to make a movie is going to have to go with somebody that's not going to have the budget to make it what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
That guy just looks pissed off that he has to be there.
I don't know anyone that would be happy to be here. Although did this movie make money? Like, didn't his movies made money, right? Because he made them so cheap that they would have to make money.
Yeah, but this is like they made a lot of money, I would say, in the 50s and 60s. Okay. This would probably be towards the end of when these movies were making money. We can look it up, but my guess is this did not make a ton of money.
Do you remember way early on when we did the Canon films?
I do.
They didn't have effects like this in the Canon films.
The budget for this was $4 million.
Well, I'll tell you though, it shows. Like, this movie looks fine. Like, what is that effect on his hand? How the fuck did they do that? Is that hand drawn? Like, is that what that is?
I don't know. Apparently, this was in Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oh, in 2017. Oh, that's right. They did it for the new one. Did one. Okay. Yeah.
Is that coming back? Are they doing another season of that?
I believe so. Yeah.
Was it good? Did you watch it?
I liked it. I mean, it's never going to be the way that I remember it, but I think that they did a good job of like capturing the feel of it. And the guy that they got to host it is a huge fan. So I think that makes a difference. And you saw like the kaiju rap. Like I thought that was really cool. And they've done some other cool things with the host segments. I like her earrings. I need to get a pair.
Stars, just giant stars.
Yeah.
These effects look like they were done on like Windows 95.
Yeah. It's like the sound. Yeah, the soundscapes where where you can listen to music and there's like a visual.
Yeah. The what is it? The graphic, the visualizer is the
visualizer. Yeah. Visualization is what it was called. Yeah.
I downloaded one. It's like a plugin for Spotify. It's really cool. It's got like 100 different ones, and you can set it up to rotate between them. And that's what I put out when like I play Warhammer and stuff. That droid is absurd. You don't want any sort of soft fabric on a droid at all. Like his pants, his leather pants.
Yeah.
Like does not. Even he's holding his arms like 3PO.
Yeah.
You're telling me that actor put that outfit on and was like, all right, I'm a droid.
Apparently.
I'm a droid. Like he's talking himself into it.
I feel bad that Carolyn Monroe had to wear that outfit the whole time because we know for sure she's going to be in that outfit or something like that for the rest of the movie.
Or at least the back of her neck is protected.
Well, that's true. That's true.
For whatever purpose, she's got these giant, huge. I'm pulling up a picture of Vampirella because I swear to God, it's not even like a joke.
So Annette says Hayden has his SATs, which I'm assuming is something different from the SATs where we are, because that you don't take those until high school.
Yeah.
But they have no effect on his high school placement. They are just purely for statistical reasons for the school. Yeah, we have tests like that too. But there's a lot of pressure on the kids to score high. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we put pressure on them because we know, I mean, especially if the schools are performance based. I mean, that's the trend right now. My school is not performance based, although I wouldn't have an issue with it because I'm a good teacher. But like I know in Florida, and school is performance based. They make money based on how well their students do.
Yeah,
so that
my mom's school is the same way.
It's performance based. Yeah, a lot of cheating when that happens. It just makes teachers cheat. It doesn't make kids do better. It makes them cheat and it makes them teach to the test, and that's not actual teaching. There's like some serious issues with American education right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, this looks like it was filmed where they filmed Planet of the Apes.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I was almost going to say, are we going to see like a Statue of Liberty pop up in the background?
They blew it up. Damn you. Damn you all to hell. It's a great movie. I'm really excited to get into those movies. We don't even have those on the schedule yet. Damn it.
Yeah, those are going to be next year.
They're so fucking good. I love those movies. Like the social commentary alone is amazing and deep. Dude, this is the same beach. This is the same fucking beach where they filmed Planet of the Apes.
Why does the cyborg have a southern accent?
I don't know, but what did they do to those horses?
They dyed them, apparently.
They did that in Wizard of Oz too, right? They dyed the horses' fur.
Yeah.
Actually, those horses look scarier. Something about making their heads bigger really freaks me out a lot. Those are some scary looking horses. I'll be honest with you.
That's like your nightmare.
Yeah. You know what they remind me of is like, I don't remember what movie it was. Oh, Willow with those dogs. What they did to those dogs and had them wear those like big giant heads. That shit's fucked up, man. When an animal's head is too big, I don't like it. Point blank range. Slow motion.
Oh God.
Awesome.
The subtitles are hilarious here, by the way. Grunting.
The karate chop right to the back.
And it's funny, you can tell some of these women have never held a gun in their life because they have no idea what they're doing holding guns like that.
Yeah.
Especially the pistols. God, is that a light bulb? Like, what was that gun made out of? Dude, I like those long guns. Are they spears or are those supposed to be guns?
I think they look like spears to me, but I haven't got a good look at them.
For what purpose is she disrobing? Like, what? There's no reason for that. She was dressed perfectly fine, and then she just had to disrobe.
I don't know, but they all look like they should be in a 70s workout video.
Oh yeah, they're just missing headbands. That's all. Dude, is she
Yeah.
wearing a different outfit with a different like giant cape thing around her neck? It is. It's studded.
She
now.
is indeed.
But it's still red and black. Like there's some red in there.
Is there? I didn't see any red.
I saw some red.
Definitely black pleather again.
Dude, there's red around the outside. Look, there, either that or it's like the film is tripping out. Like it could just be that like I'm seeing like after effects. She's in good shape though, that woman.
Well, yeah. I think she's a model.
Yeah.
So yeah. They have infinite money for different black leather bikinis, but she has to stay wearing the same shoes.
What the hell kind of gun is that? It just vaporized people.
Yeah. How awful would be filming in all this red light be?
I think they used the filter on the camera. You think they filmed it in red?
I don't know.
Dude,
it's Roger Corman.
Get, like, sick, man.
Yeah, it's Roger Corman. You never know. Like he might have just aimed a red light at them and gone, go for it.
That's another new thing educators are doing. You know about the blue light thing? Did you hear about this?
No.
Allegedly, children learn better when there's blue everywhere. So they're getting like blue saran wrap. And
that sounds suspect to me.
Hanging it right like with 1 inch gap under their fluorescent lights. I love stop motion. I'm down with this already. I love this. That looks like an action figure. Like it legit
100%
like looks like an action figure. It doesn't even look like a model. That robot's reaction was excellent.
So Brandon says droids in leather pants is a phrase that should be used more often. It could have been a straight to video title. Absolutely.
Look at how the droid runs.
A band name. I think that would be a band name for sure.
It's almost like they had stop motion people do this, but they were like, hey, my son makes Lego videos with stop motion. Can he do that too?
Oh, it's like Robot Chicken, but not even as good as that.
No, not even close.
It kind of looks like that thing is made out of tinfoil as well. Like they melted tinfoil.
Yeah, it is weird looking, that's for sure.
Run into it.
What is she gonna do here?
I don't. Yeah, what's her move? I guess it's to fall in the sand.
Okay, is it a person? They built a giant prop sword. I would love to have that thing just like in my front yard. I don't know what's going on here. I can't tell. Those hands look good, but is she shooting?
No, it's shooting at her.
She's not shooting. Yeah, okay.
Because I was like, if they have like guns.
Well, that's what I thought was going on for a second there. That was questionable. Is she only wearing a star in her left ear? Is that what's going on there?
Possibly. It's close enough to the 80s that could be happening. So Andrea says droids and headbands is the workout video spinoff. That's amazing. I think there was a Star Wars workout video. Sadly enough. I think so.
That's nuts. There was a Star Wars everything. That Christmas special that they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is technically Boba Fett's first appearance because he was never, they cut a scene from episode 4.
Yeah.
Wow, they're not even traveling in the same plane of existence. They look like they were going backwards, and the other one looked like it was going forwards.
Yeah, for sure. Andrea says, I feel reminded of the Doctor Who monster is basically bubble wrap. Charming old school cheap effects. Absolutely, yeah. I think this is awesome. And John says he kind of remembers the Star Wars Christmas special, which he says sad, but I would have loved to watch that on TV.
That was before my time. And I think it's really hard to get a copy of, or is it really easy? Is it one of those things that's like You can find it everywhere. I'm sure it's not on YouTube, but I'm sure there's like torrents of it.
No, it's on YouTube. I think it's really hard to get a copy of it though.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Now
And she's back in the
Yes.
Vampirella album.
I was just gonna say her collar is back. That's not even continuity. They're just like, ah, fuck it. We ran out of that, or that thing got lost or something.
She's on a ship. She has this collar. When she's off the ship, she has the studs collar.
Yeah, or she got to keep all her outfits. So she was like, put me in as many pleather bikinis as possible because I want all of these.
Dude, it almost follows Star Wars. That was a desert planet, Tatooine. Now they're escaping and doing the star fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It is 100% a ripoff of Star Wars.
I haven't seen Logan's Run, Brandon, so...
Yeah, he says there was a robot in Logan's Run that was probably cardboard and covered in tinfoil. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also haven't seen Logan's Run.
I mean, I'm sure there are movies from the 50s and 60s that they use tinfoil. I'm like almost certain.
Logan's Run would have been the 70s. It would have been right about this time. It's going to be Earth, guys.
Is it, you think it's going to be Earth?
Third planet from the sun. Come on, man.
I love the red stuff. Like the red moon looks cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Andrea said that the tentacles in the void were bubble wrap and something else. So that's cool.
Dude, yes. The void. I wish that I had watched that making of before like doing the editing. That's when I watched it while I was editing.
I didn't even know that it existed. And then I saw, because there was a gap in the audio. And so I had to pull something and I found that video.
There was a gap in the audio? Where did I leave a gap in the audio?
It was like clearly you meant it, like for a clip to go there. So I just pulled something from that documentary.
Dang. That's what I get.
Now they're on Hoth and they're going to get attacked by
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's not in the Vampirella anymore.
Yeah, they had enough sense to actually make her wear long sleeves and pants. So
here, lay down. We're gonna throw some snow on you.
Yeah, she does have the high collar again, though. That's like her signature look.
Yeah, it's like Walken. Like Christopher Walken is kind of like, especially in the '90s and 2000s. I don't remember where I heard it. I want to say it was a commentary. Maybe it was the Joe Dirt commentary. That part of his thing was he just wanted his hair as high as possible. He's like, just lift my hair up. Like he just wanted it as high on his head as it could get. That's her thing. She just wants as many collars as possible. Isn't Mariah Carey known for having like only a certain color M&M or some shit? Oh, is their sound cutouts? Yeah. I'm sure that's because like I know the way that music gets busted is they just catch the music. Like they just listen to sound clips from the music to identify. Look at that off. Look at how they're walking. For God's sakes, it looks ridiculous. That droid is so weird. What's his name? Does he have a name? Who's playing?
I'm sure he does, but I'm not paying attention, so I have no idea. This guy's playing with like a little neon lights.
Dude, I love that effect though. That is a really neat effect. I'm not gonna lie, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like, is it hand-drawn animation? It would have to be at that time.
That's what I think, but I've never seen it like neon green like that. I always see it like blue, you know. L, is his name L?
Yes, because she's been calling him L the entire time.
They spell it E-L-L-E, like
a girl's name.
Yeah. Judd Hamilton plays L, and this is his profile picture. Is this droid? Because he's only had 3 acting credits.
I just noticed that their computer is a giant plastic brain model.
Who's playing? Who's this dude? The green guy.
I have no idea.
He's very Spockish.
Yeah, he's bad though.
Spinell? You're right. So I missed the Joe Spinell because I was like behind on the video and it like messed up. You're right. He actually looks like he's in really good shape here. He's way skinnier than he was in Maniac.
See, yeah, I think we can say this is the best that Joe Spinell has looked so far.
Damn straight. Let's see what else Joe Spinell was in. I'm curious.
Wow, look at that sky. It is racing to get somewhere.
Dude, I've only in my life twice. And look at the clouds are coming from inside of the mountains. I'm
It's
sure they were
amazing.
counting on not HD for that shit. Dude, Joe Spinell's got quite the career here. 65 credits. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And this movie was like 2 years before Maniac.
Oh, wow. It probably came out the same year, but I guess they would have to put it on the special effects.
Yeah. Maniac came out in 1980.
Yeah.
He was in a lot before this, though. So he was in, I don't know. He was in Rocky 2. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do her boots have heels?
I'm
In the
pretty sure.
snow?
Yeah.
Well,
Her name is Stella as well, so I feel like that would get confused if you were yelling their names. Also, like that's a good cat on a hot tin roof joke in there somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, John says Joe is a mob guy in Rocky.
Oh, he's one of the mob guys? Okay.
Yeah.
He's in the Forbidden Zone. I've heard of that movie, too.
Yeah, Forbidden Zone is good. The League of Darkness.
He's in Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
Damn it, man. I ever tell you my story about Taxi Driver, Tab? That I had that on a really nice
Yes.
DVD and it's just gone now.
That's why you don't let people borrow your movies or books, because you never get it back.
I know. That's how I lost Rules of Attraction, too.
That's how I lost the bad seed. I had the bad seed. I let somebody borrow it. Never got it back.
Yeah. Never again. No borrowing of anything.
Nope. What are they doing?
I don't know, but the way he laid down there, it looked like it was filmed in reverse for some reason. It didn't look normal.
What is happening?
I don't know, but the lines are really weird.
So Andrea says that in German, Star Wars was War of the Stars, and this movie in German is called Duel of the Stars.
Oh, shit.
And also, John lost a guitar amp because he loaned it to somebody. You're way nicer than I am, John, because I would not let anybody borrow something as expensive as a guitar amp.
Dude, yeah, a whole amp. Are you kidding me? Oh, shit. They're fucking dead. Are they dead?
Yeah,
Dude,
they're 100%
they're
dead.
covered in ice. There's no way she's still alive.
he said something like he was gonna
Put them in
keep her
stasis.
heart warm enough because he can absorb heat or something.
Just by holding her hand? Nonsense.
Again, it looks like they just threw a bunch of snow on them. It's not even like that's not how snow falls. Like it's not like it just like clumps up on you like that.
Yeah. I'm getting some serious vibes. If anybody is a Mystery Science fan, if you've seen the Prince of Space episode with Crankor, well, it's not that's not the villain's name. That's like the planet they come from. But Crankor, it looks like the guy that looks like a chicken. Joe Spinell is giving me some serious vibes. Space movie science, indeed, Andrea.
Crankor sounds too much like Trantor, the troll.
Yeah. He looks like a chicken, legit. And then when he laughs, he also like does this crazy like why I don't know. It's just a really nasal laugh that they make fun of in the episode all the time. So.
Oh, look at that shit. This is like oh dude, it would have been hilarious if he chopped his arm off. I thought for a second there he chopped his arm off.
Yeah. Sadly, this guy is still more badass than Luke in the first movie.
Oh god, yeah. I want to go get some power converters.
He's so whiny.
He actually hates that line. Like he really is
I'm
not
sure
like he talks about that quite a bit. That delivery was like the worst moment of his acting career. But I wanted to go get some power converters.
Yeah. He gets more badass in the second and third one, so you know.
Yeah, Empire is still one of my favorite movies of all time. Like Empire is a great fucking movie. And yet still kids today hate that. They hate those movies. They hate all the originals. Are we talking like a passage of time here? What's going on? Oh,
Well,
they're fully
according to
submerged.
this guy, yes, there is a passage of time.
We needed an ellipsis there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is weird looking. What the hell did they do to her? Is that a dummy? No, that's a real person in there. She's really in there, I think. I don't think that's a dummy.
Really? I mean, it looks like a dummy to me, but I could be wrong. Did they just spray her with fire extinguisher foam or what?
It kind of looks like it. It almost looks like fiberglass, to be honest. It's like,
Oh,
it doesn't.
God.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure in 78, there weren't like standards and regulations yet.
I mean, there were some, but yeah, things were rough back then.
And we have this new stuff.
Silly.
Yeah, we have this new stuff called asbestos. We're just going to spray it on you and see how it goes.
Yeah, that really is her. All right. Fair enough. He's got magical powers. I never talked about that.
Dude, look at this. There was nothing like this in Star Wars. Nothing. They just,
I mean, he had the Force, but they,
dude,
yeah.
but no, it didn't have effects like this. Star Wars did not have effects, and none of the Star Wars movies did.
No. Clearly, David Hasselhoff, when he shows up, is going to be the Han Solo of this movie.
I was going to say, where is Hasselhoff? I want that scene from Euro Trip where it's like he shows up and sings that song. I think it's called.
Do you think he sings in this movie?
That's a good question. I don't know. Did he ever sing in Baywatch? Did they have him do singing? Kind of like we were talking about this.
I think after he had a record.
We talked about that during the Repo episode about how like after Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the musical episode, they're like, oh man, Giles, you can sing? We're gonna have you sing a bunch in the show now. Like, I wonder if Baywatch ever like had that moment like, oh yeah, we can have Hasselhoff sing.
I bet. Yeah, like the sister in the Goldbergs too. We talk about her.
Yeah, we
like,
talk about
how
her.
She sings all the time.
Yeah.
Wow, they like that ice didn't even affect her hair. She's got full makeup and hair going on.
Not
right instantly.
Even. It looks better, except it's a little frizzy in the back. Oh, a Darth Maul talking money box from episode 1. The problem with episode 1 and really any of the stuff that came out in the 90s is that it was so mass produced that it's not really worth anything.
That's true. I was going to say Darth Maul like is one of the more beloved characters from that, so maybe, but yeah, they produce so much stuff. That's one of the things they talk about in that Toys documentary is how much they put out, and they didn't end up saying
like I was huge into comics in the 90s, but in the 90s kids knew that comics could have been worth money because of all the stuff from the 60s and 50s. So they all saved everything. Like I've got some of the original run of the Jim Lee X-Men where they not rebooted, but like they restarted the numbers at number 1. And it was like Jim Lee's X-Men for like a good year or so. And those are amazing damn comics. I have the comic where Wolverine's adamantium is ripped out of skeleton by Magneto. Like I own that with the hologram cover. It ain't worth shit. It may be like 50, 60 bucks. I would never sell it, but
yeah. John says Hoff was freaking big during Knight Rider era, which is kind of crazy.
Man, yeah. That's where I got my love for Bob Seger was Knight Rider.
Yeah, I know you told me that story. That's awesome.
Yeah, still the same saddest fucking song on earth, man. Every time that song starts, like in my brain, and I don't really drink, but it's like my brain goes to like me sitting at a VFW by myself drinking while that song plays in the background. It's the saddest fucking song ever. And it's about gambling. It's about like an old gambler. It's like, good God, man.
One of my favorite editing moments is from the I guess it would be the Tales from the Crypt episode when you start talking about Peter Cushing. Yeah. And you just picture him sitting by himself and Turn the Page starts playing.
Yeah.
I like that was one of my favorite moments, just like underlaying that under us talking.
Telling you, a well-timed underlay is editing genius. I love a well-timed underlay. I spend way too much time trying to do underlays in my episodes. What did I do in this episode? Did I do any underlays in this one? I think
just all the gross monster noises.
I tried to put all the monster noise in the background while we were talking about the gross monster noises.
I did some musical underlay for the Scream portion of the episode I'm editing now.
Yeah.
So Annette
Farm
says
foods?
that Hoff does commercials for a food place called Farm Foods in the UK.
How
They're
does
tech.
he have the Arnold effect going on where he doesn't look like a real human anymore?
I think there might be some plastic surgery going on. It's been a while since I've looked him up, to be honest.
Like he's looking a little synthetic. His eyes and his face, a little bit strange. Like,
So
it's sad. Go ahead.
Whoa, she was definitely wearing a different outfit a minute ago and is back in the red and black outfit. maybe Skull Hottie's right. Maybe when she comes on board the ship, it immediately transforms into that red and black thing.
But no, there's no collar.
Oh, this is a different one.
Turtleneck.
Yeah. And I swear to God, I think there's fishnets over her chest.
Yeah. There's some sort of like overlay.
Oh, there it is again. Another outfit change.
Yep. I'm telling you, she got to keep all the outfits from this movie, and that's why she changes her clothes so much. Because the guy doesn't change his clothes at all.
What did they do? Did they draw the spaceship in there? What the fuck was that?
I mean, it looks like it's composite shot for sure.
It looked like it was hand drawn, though. The lines were way too hard. You know, it's a good thing every planet they visit is oxygen.
Yeah, for real.
That's like Star Trek, too. Star Trek, all those movies. Every planet has oxygen, and almost everyone in the universe speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack's pretty cool.
I'm gonna buy it for you.
Waxworks Starcrash.
There you go. It's just the inner cover is just her in like one of those red and black bikinis.
Oh, that might actually be worth it, to be honest.
I knew you were gonna say
it. She's a fox. She's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
What? Dude, it's a creature from the Black Lagoon painted gold.
Yes, it is.
It totally is. That was legit creature from the Black Lagoon, right?
Yeah.
That looks like someone made a robot out of index cards. Like, I don't even know. My students could make that. Like, if I gave them index cards and said, make me a robot, that's like what they would make. It's supposed to be a spaceship. It's so blocky and white.
They didn't have time to paint it. So Andrea says all this talk of old school sci-fi effects just makes me want to watch Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is good. I used to watch that with my dad.
Is it a show? That's a TV show, right?
It's an old TV show that used to be on PBS. Well, here at least. I'm sure for Andrea it was on something else.
Oh man, the Hoff, the ages of not. Oh, dude, that's right. There was that remake of the Baywatch movie. Was he in that? It looks like he was.
He's probably in a cameo. I didn't go see it, so I have no idea.
What happened? Do we have any updates on the Ted Bundy movie?
No, not as far as I know.
I'll look it up. I want to see what's going on here.
More. These guys look like cave people.
Like that's boom! Holy shit! Oh, dude!
Jeez.
You're fucking him up. They broke his head. These guys look like the monsters that were at the beginning of Deathstalker.
They look like the guys from Deliverance just a few thousand years back.
Oh god, yeah. Dude, they fucked up this robot. This robot is toast. Holy shit. Okay, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile is in post-production at this point.
I still hate that title, though.
Yeah. No release date, though. James Hetfield's in there, though, as an actor.
Yeah. She's wearing like a tarp, basically.
Something I won't wear next to a fire.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna melt into her skin for sure.
It would get all tight, like that stuff you put over your windows. Like it starts shrinking on her. And then it would actually fit her form, and it would look a lot better. It looked like clear latex or something. Like, what are those things that like Catwoman? What does she wear? What is that shit called? Vinyl?
Latex, yeah.
Is it latex? Yeah, it'll look like that. Dude, it's the creature from the Black Lagoon. What? I'm not even joking. What is that? Is it the creature? It looks like a creature mask that they painted gold.
I mean, it does, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. Random alien.
Is it
Is that something
another
that's gonna happen
robot?
in the future? Do we just all get laser eyes? Because
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Dude, did you see his name? Simon. His name is Simon the robot.
Wait, really?
His name was Simon. Well, he was credited as Simon saying those words.
Okay. Simon the gold-headed robot. Good to know.
I don't even know what to say about this. This is nuts.
We're like almost an hour in, and the Hoff has still not made an appearance.
Don't let me down, Hoff.
What if he's only in the last 5 minutes?
I wonder if that's him right there. Does he play Simon?
Oh, yeah, I bet you're right. Yeah, that's totally him. That's his.
He's
that's
tall.
100% his voice.
He's tall.
Yeah.
Here, let me just lay down on these rocks. It's like the most least comfortable thing I could imagine.
Yeah.
The reveal. Dude, he is so young. He's almost unrecognizable. Like babyface. This is like Ash in Evil Dead 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about big hair.
Andrea, he better sing the end credit song.
Am I the only one that's seen Eurotrip here? There's some really funny Hasselhoff jokes in that movie.
I haven't seen Eurotrip.
Annie and I did that for Right Out. It was excellent. We did that with Harold and Kumar. It was a fun episode. This looks like Mammoth Caves. The big caves, the underground caves in like southern United States. It does look cold though. Am I seeing breath there?
Yep.
Dude, it's crazy. It's already almost dark here. It's 8 o'clock. It feels weird that it's getting darker earlier already.
Yeah.
Here, run past this thing that you just walked past.
Yep. Now they're gonna run back.
This reminds me of like the early, like the Time Machine movie, like the Orlocks. Isn't this kind of what the Orlocks look like?
The Morlocks, yeah.
Morlocks, yeah. Orlocks. Orlocks are a gang from Warhammer.
Oh, really? Well, it just makes me think of Count Orlok from Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, yeah. Was Max Schreck really weird like that? Like, did he try and get people to think he was...
I mean, I think he was definitely a method actor. I mean, it's not Shadow the Vampire
it's
weird.
Not that level.
Let's not go crazy.
It's a great movie.
Kept his mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks way like. Oh, it's a lot. Oh my god! It even said lightsaber in the subtitles.
Wow.
Dude, how did they not get their pantsuit off?
Thanks for hanging out with us, John. I know you'll probably be gone before you see this.
Because they didn't make any money off of it.
It's true. Yeah, they weren't even on the radar.
It's already bankrupt.
Yeah, this would have been late in the days for him. Geez, you guys are all talking about Red Dwarf over there, huh?
Yeah. Andrea and Annette love Red Dwarf.
Yes, Brandon, Shadow of a Vampire.
Yes.
That's on our radar. Do we have that one scheduled yet?
I definitely think we had planned it for 2019. We're gonna try to do Nosferatu and Shadow of a Vampire as an episode. So
yeah, we figured we'd do that. And yes, there is the Werner Herzog, but Shadow of the Vampire is way too good to pass up.
Yeah,
I remember that movie being very, very entertaining. Malkovich in particular is like nuts in that movie.
Yeah, that's a perfect part for him because he just gets to go crazy.
And I've never seen Nosferatu, so I'm kind of excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it good? Like, is it just because it's the first vampire? Like, is it actually a good film?
It is good. It's a silent film, so there's some like dramatic acting in it for sure. But Max Schreck's performance is amazing.
Yeah.
And I wish that you could see it with like the live band,
dude. Yeah.
Aspect, because I think that would be amazing.
I am still looking for a frame for that, by the way.
Oh,
like
really?
Yeah, because that's a wicked cool poster. I just don't have that is an odd shape, you know?
Yeah, it is. So for those of you guys that don't know, I have a friend that's in a band called Invincible Czars, and they do every once in a while they'll tour, but they do scores for silent films, and they have one for Nosferatu, and they use like Romanian folk songs, and then they kind of work that into their original music, and it's a really cool way to see that movie. I've seen it that way twice, and it's definitely my favorite way to see it. They also do Dr. Jekyll, and there are people trying to get them to do Cabinet of Dr. Caligari as well, although that's a little more complex. So,
whoa. The colors in this are odd choices.
Yeah.
You know what? This kind of also reminds me of like the ending of Wrinkle in Time, the book, not the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't even see that movie. You did though.
I did, yeah. I think it would be really hard to make that into a 2-hour movie. I wish they would do a miniseries.
HBO miniseries.
Yes.
Just like it should also have been an HBO miniseries. That would have been the way to go.
Yeah. And if they did a miniseries, they could have done the other books too, because I think the second and third books are very good as well.
Why did we need a 5-second shot of that elevator? That was so unnecessary.
Because they built it, and they are going to show the heck out of it.
Yeah. Udo Kier is in that one. I forgot, and so is Eddie Izzard.
Yes, Eddie Izzard. Love Eddie Izzard.
Udo Kier is kind of does he die in that Shadow of the Vampire? Does he get like bit or something?
I don't know. It's been a really long time since I've seen that.
I think he gets bit and drained, but he doesn't like, or maybe just bit and he's like, he bit me. Like, I don't know. It's such a weird movie.
It is.
Who's the woman in that movie? Who's the lead actress? I don't remember. Eddie Izzard is in Shadow of the Vampire.
Okay. Yeah, he plays the main actor, right?
Yeah, the one that's like acting in Nosferatu. Yeah,
right.
Udo Kier is he's like one of the production guys, and I'm pretty sure he gets bit by Max Schreck.
Okay, that was one. Always is in that too. Catherine McCormick is the main actress.
Harry always is in that too. You're right. I forgot about that too. That's one of those movies that had a phenomenal trailer. Like, I remember certain trailers that like blew my goddamn mind. And that movie had a great trailer. And then it turned out to be good too, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The girl is Catherine McCormick. She was Mel Gibson's wife in Braveheart. That's what I remember her from.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that we watched some of them, and I think we were going to try to fit them in tomorrow if people show up for Saturday morning cartoons.
I had that window minimized. Watch some of what?
The public information films.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Did they dub Joe Spinell? Like, I feel like his voice does not sound like that.
I have the volume down so low, but look at Hasselhoff's ice blue eyes. They're like crazy.
Yeah. He was a hunk back then, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's dubbed Joe Spinell. I don't remember his voice sounding like that at all.
No, I don't either.
Look at it. It doesn't match up at all. Definitely dubbed.
Okay. Hey, Michael. Thanks for popping in. Hey, we can see you. That's awesome.
Hey, what's up, man?
So we are about an hour into Starcrash, if you want to join us.
It's kind of a crazy one.
Yeah.
Total ripoff of Star Wars. Absolute ripoff.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime. And if we could, once you get it queued up, if you want the time stamp, let us know and we'll give it to you so you can match up.
These are like crazy. These look like armatures that you would put flesh on to make stop motion things.
Absolutely. Like, half of this movie looks like they didn't finish it in time and they're like, just put it in anyway.
Although I really like the look of those things. I'm not gonna lie. They look cool as hell, actually. The problem when you do live action mixed with stop motion and the monsters are the size of humans is they never move fast enough and smoothly enough. It looks great when they're big giant monsters, but when they're like 6 feet tall next to a human that's moving naturally, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Dude, I want those things like in my house. Like I want those things as like gargoyles outside my door.
Yeah.
Next to it, that giant sword from the beginning.
So Brandon says there was a great scene in what Defoe where Defoe, even as a vampire, gets into the movie making and says politely, "I'd like some makeup." And Malkovich says, "Well, you don't get any."
I remember that because Malkovich was so mad. What was his name? Malkovich's name in that movie, the director of that movie.
He's Murnau.
Murnau, yeah. Malkovich is one hell of a guy, dude. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Being John Malkovich was one of the first movies I saw that like really I had to think about, and it totally charmed me. I was like, wow, this is a crazy movie. And it was all Malkovich. And like watching it now, I think I'd connect a little more to John Cusack because he's such a fucking sad character.
Mm-hmm.
But like Malkovich is great in that fucking movie. When he is the puppeteer as John Cusack, like he is acting like John Cusack and he does it really well.
Yeah, he's good in everything. He's really good in Dangerous Liaisons. Like that's a fantastic movie. And Glenn Close is amazing in that as well.
I was like 10 when I saw Fatal Attraction, and I didn't like Glenn Close ever again.
I think a lot of people had that feeling, but she's a fantastic actress, and she was really good in Dangerous Liaisons. It's cruel, and it's what Cruel Intentions is based on.
Or it's based on. Well, yeah, but isn't that based on another? Is it based on a book, right?
Yeah. It's based on a French book that translates to Dangerous Liaisons.
Yeah. Cruel Intentions is another like kind of a weird 90s movie. Like, that's way out there.
Yeah. If we weren't strictly a horror podcast, we could do a whole stretch of like weird 90s movies that. I
mentioned that in one of our mailbag episodes. Someone asked like commentaries. That has a surprisingly good commentary.
Oh, that's right. I think you did mention that. Yeah.
All of the producers and writers and everything got together and they were drinking wine and they just had a blast. And they were just talking, like telling fun stories. It was just very fun and happy commentary to listen to.
So Brandon says Malkovich was also against Eastwood in The Line of Fire, and he was great in Rounders too. And Andrea says there was a very young Peter Capaldi in Dangerous Liaisons as well, which I didn't even realize. That's awesome. It's been a while since I've seen that. I just love the scene where Glenn Close is taking her makeup, or I guess she's putting makeup on, and it's really, really sad.
Wasn't Malkovich in that Eurythmics video?
Yeah, because the Annie Lennox song is in Dangerous Liaisons, I think.
Oh, that's around that time?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Hugh Laurie is also in that video as like her spurned boyfriend.
Hugh Laurie is in that video?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. I saw that when I was a kid and I can't believe that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There it is, Walking on Broken Glass, 1992.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he played Lenny. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was with Gary Sinise, right?
Gary Sinise, yep. He's good in that as well. He's also weirdly the narrator for the Alive movie. He plays like the adult version of one of the guys that is in the plane crash.
Holy
shit. In the Alive movie.
Okay, now I remember what it is. This is embarrassing. I saw Con Air like right when it came out. Mm-hmm. And that was my first taste of Malkovich. So not even crazy. Knowing that he's like in good movies, I saw him in that movie first.
Yeah.
He was the best part of that movie. He was fucking awesome in that movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That movie sucks so bad. It's terrible.
Another movie he did with John Cusack as well. Although I don't know that they were in any scenes together.
They were
Were
at
they?
the very end.
Oh, at the
Oh,
end.
wait a
Okay.
minute. No, you're right. Because I don't know that Cusack was in any scenes with anyone. He was on the phone, right?
Yeah, I thought he had some scenes with Nick Cage, but it's like I saw that on cable and I probably didn't even see the whole thing.
Nick Cage's accent in that movie was not good. Did that guy just die? Did I miss that guy die?
I think so. But he just looks really scared, so I'm not sure.
It's totally the
Big
Force.
baby.
Totally the Force. He's becoming one with the Force. My God.
Yep.
Dude, Hasselhoff is freaking me out. He looks like he's wearing lipstick, first of all.
He is, yes.
Right? Is he wearing lipstick? Was I wrong? No,
It looks like it, yeah.
and his teeth. Those are not the teeth that he has when he comes to America or whatever. His teeth look really weird in this movie. Like he had fake teeth put in.
I'm assuming Knight Rider gave him some like fake teeth money. So, Brandon says,
Knight Rider. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Brandon says that, yeah, the worst Southern accent by Nick Cage, second to Keanu Reeves in The Devil's Advocate. Amen. That Devil's Advocate accent is terrible. It's really bad.
And Keanu Reeves had a Southern accent in The Devil's Advocate.
I mean, sort of. It was
why? I know what that
he,
movie is. Like, why was he Southern?
Because he was from the South, or he was supposed to be.
Oh, that's weird. That seems like a strange choice.
I don't know, man.
I'm looking at Malkovich movies. He was one of the characters in Beowulf too. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be from Florida, so that's where the Southern accent comes in.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's really sad that Christopher Plummer says that Sound of Music was the worst movie he was in, and he was also in this.
He says The Sound of Music is the worst movie he's ever been in?
Yeah.
Wow.
He likes to call it The Sound of Mucus, or he did at one point.
What? Did he sing in that movie?
He did. Yeah, he has a whole song.
Gosh.
Edelweiss. I think he sings with Julie Andrews as well. It's been a while since I've seen that one too. It's like something that came on Easter every year. Back when we didn't have cable and you had to watch what was on.
Is it long? Is it like a long movie?
God, it's long. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sound of Music, but I have seen it more times than I'd like. So
I'm not gonna lie. I think the spaceships look better in this movie than they did in Star Wars. Like that. Maybe not the effects, but the look of the spaceship looked a little cool. I liked it.
Is this your new Star Wars? You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
start cosplaying against this.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's crazy because all the sets, that's like 3 different pieces of set. They're all moving around at different speeds. They look really strange. Dude, the Hoff, is he spoken? Like he's just like standing and staring. Every time I cut back to this, he's standing and staring.
Just
Yeah,
not sure
well,
what to do.
yeah, he doesn't know how to hold his arms. It's like his first movie.
He's so skinny too. Like he's
Yeah.
tiny in this movie.
Yeah.
Look at, there's 4 people in this scene all standing and staring. Like they're not moving. There's the 2 cars, Hasselhoff and the woman. Oh, there we go. He moved.
I mean, Christopher Plummer is acting the hell out of this. You gotta give him
Yes. He's giving it 100%. He's like, I gotta make up for The Sound of Music.
that. Yeah, absolutely. He hates that movie. Did he owe somebody money? Is that why he's in this?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Jamaica, man, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
We're watching
Starcrash. Yeah.
Ooh, Starcrash.
Has everyone seen this but me? You guys are crazy. Have you seen it, Ryan?
No.
Good. Have you heard of it though?
I have heard of it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not, dude. How many of these shots are we gonna do? It's still
there's
going.
Their views
Equally
are
as many in Star Wars. Let's be real. I'm pretty sure that the stars are Christmas lights, though. Like just set. in
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, it's black velvet. Absolutely, it's black velvet with a bunch of dots on them. 100%.
Yeah.
But I like that it's colorful. It makes it very fantastical.
Yeah. I'm a fan of it. I like Christmas lights.
Dude, they need to stop with these shots though. Enough with the fucking spaceships. It's just still going.
They paid for the spaceships. So
how many times can they show that fucking shot? It was like 17 angles. Now their actors are watching it. Oh, dude, that's cool. Okay, come on. A hand?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the shot of Joe Spinell I want. That shot with the cape wide open. Dude, he makes it a fist and he's going to punch the spaceships. Yes, he's going to do it. He's going to punch the spaceships. That'd be the ultimate ending. Come on.
This is now Jacob's favorite movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So if anyone, Ryan, if you wanted to jump in, we're at 1 minute and 13 seconds and a half. 1 minute, 13 minute, 1 hour. 1 minute. And good God. 1 hour, 13 minutes, like 35 seconds.
So Brandon wants to know if we saw USS Callister, the episode from Black Mirror, because he's referencing
I've seen
effects in that.
I've seen very few episodes of Black Mirror. I've seen like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, that's a good episode though. I like that one a lot, actually. I liked that season. It was a mixed bag for a lot of people, but I liked all of the episodes.
I've liked every season that they've come out with so far.
Yeah, I did too.
They're crazy, but
the ones I've seen were like, there was the one where you can mute people and it turned them into like static, and this lady muted our husband, and so he never got to see his daughter because she was muted. And like he just like every day would stand outside and like look at their muted bodies so he couldn't talk to them. I just found it very sad. It's like, good God.
Yeah, there's some really sad ones.
And then there was the Christmas one I saw with John Hamm. It's like the woman's like psyche or brain was transplanted into a Google assistant or whatever. It wasn't a Google assistant, but it was like a personal assistant. That was demented too. Like he like let her sit through like 1,000 years or something. I don't know. He just like zoomed her through time while he was just sitting there at his desk. I thought it was really clever.
Yeah.
Torturous, but clever.
Yeah. I like the more horror based ones. There's been a couple where like they've really gone dark, and I tend to like those the best.
The woman was like, she had killed someone or something on accident, and they kept her reliving that weird game show. That one.
Oh no, she was a full-on serial killer, and they would like
in real life. She was.
Yeah, and they would wipe her memory. She'd killed kids with her boyfriend, and they'd wipe her memory and start everything over again. It was based on a real case in England. The Ian Brady, for some reason I'm blanking on the girl's name, but yeah, that was a real case in the 60s.
Where did they erase his memory and made him relive a game show over and over? What do you mean?
Like the actual crimes.
Oh,
the crimes were.
I was gonna say, I was like, what real? How is anything in Black Mirror real?
No, like the actual crimes. Like they had kidnapped a girl and they taped her screaming, and that was from those killings.
Jesus Christ, man! There's sick people out there.
White Bear, yeah. So it's the White Bear episode, yeah, and it's Ian Brady, and I'm gonna have to look up the girl's name, which is embarrassing. Ira Hindley.
And then what else did I see? I saw. So the Christmas episode was the one that had the personal assistant thing, right? There were 3 little stories in that one.
Yeah, because it was a Christmas special.
Yeah. What were the other stories in that one? I can't remember, to be honest.
I don't remember that one as well.
It's dark in here.
I think I only watched it once.
She's not gonna like it. She hates it already.
Brandon, I have to look up the name of the episode, but it's the one where the lady kills somebody and then she has to like kill a bunch of other people to cover her crime.
I kept meaning to give that show a chance. There's a million shows to watch.
Yeah. The nice thing about that is that there's only a handful of episodes.
It's true. I still want to watch, what is it, the Sci-Fi Channel show? that you liked?
Oh,
Butcher Block was the last one.
Butcher Block, yeah. Channel Zero. That's on Shudder now. The first season is on Shudder. The one with the teeth monster.
Yeah, I have it on. I have Sci-Fi like through my TV or whatever, so I can watch.
It was Crocodile, Brandon. That's correct.
Dude, I love the slow-mo shots of people getting killed. Okay, but I'll also say there's a level of violence in this that doesn't exist in Star Wars. Like people are getting blown away and dying. That did not happen in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that the ship is a giant fist, though. Like that, it's almost, dude. It's almost like Spaceballs watched this and was like, "What can we make a spaceship? Let's make it a giant vacuum cleaner."
So Andrea's seen Channel Zero. Wasn't that Tooth Monster or the Tooth Child the creepiest thing you've ever seen in your life? Ugh.
Yeah, I've got a question. Did it make a noise when it walked?
Yes, because it sounded like you were walking on teeth. Oh, it also eats teeth, which is gross.
That sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it haunts my nightmares, man.
Which is weird because it's not in the source material.
Is that a book?
No, it's based on. Well,
it's based on they're all based on like creepypastas, I think.
Yeah. That one. Well, it's Candle Cove, which was like it was done in kind of an epistolary style, but it was basically the guy who did it like as a series of forum posts because it's from 2006 or 2005.
Yeah, and the Tooth Child is not in that at all, but it is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really awful.
Is it a suit? Is that how they did that effect?
I would imagine so, but it's just a ton of teeth. It's like teeth layered on teeth on teeth.
I've seen it because they show it in the commercials like a lot to get people to watch that show.
It is an anthology show. It's set up kind of like American Horror Story, where the entire season is in one big story. So they have a second one that's about people who go into basically a haunted house or a puzzle room house. And that one's not quite as good, but Butcher Block messed me up for a while. So that one's the third season, and that one's good. And
they're really short, right? They're like 5 or 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're like maybe 8 episodes. It's slightly longer than.
Well, that's what American Horror Story is, right? Isn't it only like 8 or 10?
I mean, it's less episodes than a standard series, but I think it's longer than. Channel Zero falls somewhere in the middle, I think.
Man, I was listening to a podcast and they talked about True Detective. And I was like, that was a great show. That show.
Well, the first season.
The second season had its moments. It wasn't like if the first season is like a 9 or a 10 for me, the second season is like a 6 or a 7. It had its moments that I enjoyed, but it just overall was not great. So they're making the third season now, though.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I think they went back to the original people too. I think they're bringing back
like Fukunaga.
I think so. I think we talked about it at one time. They may have things changed so quickly. Yeah, Butcher Block is good. I really, really liked it.
Yeah, and they're in production on the 4th season, I think.
Okay, that's awesome. I love the concept, and I think that even the second season, which I wasn't crazy about, it was still really well done. So it just wasn't as strong as the other 2.
Yeah. I'm looking it up. It's
Zoltan. That's a little too close to the wish machine from Big, because that's Zoltan.
Yeah. I wish I was Big.
Oh, Barbara Crampton's going to be in the 4th season. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the one. I saw that she's supposed.
Oh, I think I saw her tweet about that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Is anyone else watching Castle Rock?
I am. I haven't watched the last episode, but
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to.
The last episode, really good.
That moment in the episode where Sissy Spacek is watching The Howling Man, like I jumped off the couch and was like, yes.
Yeah. Did you say you haven't watched the most recent one yet?
No, I haven't seen the most recent one. No.
Oh yeah, I think it's the creepiest one.
Oh, I'm so excited! Yay!
How many episodes are out now? 5, 6?
5.
So you've seen the 6th episode and you haven't seen the 5th one, Tab? Or you haven't seen that one yet?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay.
That one, the one that just came out, I missed because I've been so busy this week.
It's manageable. I could probably catch up on that.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, everything is like an Easter egg. Like,
have you read all those? Like, have you read a lot of Stephen King?
I have, and obviously this one's set in Castle Rock.
Yeah.
So they make little references to, all the Castle Rock stories. Like they dropped a reference. It's just things like you may have heard about the dog that went crazy in with ladies, or you may have heard about, I forget. They reference like the Dark Half, and
aren't there only certain properties that they can really make references to? Like they can't make references to certain other properties, right?
They can make references to anything as long as they don't call it by its name. I think they can't like actually say Cujo.
Is it because of film rights then that they can't do that?
Yeah, it's
it's bullshit, man. Like that's bullshit. Like I wish Stephen King had the foresight to think, I'm gonna create a universe and I want rights to all my characters.
But it's like, well, I won't spoil it, but Jane Levy's character, she references The Shining.
Yeah. And they have one character that's actually from the books.
Yeah.
Sheriff Claiborne.
Pangborn.
Pangborn, yeah.
From Needful Things.
Yeah, and Needful Things and The Dead Zone.
Yes.
Is it The Dead Zone or The Dark Half? No, it's Dark Half.
Can Randall Flagg then make an appearance at some point, or the Man in Black or whatever?
I mean, I think it depends on what they have the rights to.
Yeah.
Or there's a fan theory that Bill Skarsgård's character is Randall Flagg's son or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, he's terrifying.
Dude.
It would not be a bad movie night if we didn't devolve into just ignoring the movie that we're watching. Like I'm staring at the screen while we're talking about it. And the only thing of note is that these spaceships are so colorful. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, it's the way it's lit, I think, though. Or is this one actually painted?
I think that is lit that way. I'm not even kidding.
The little helmets remind me of Final Fantasy. I'm not going to lie. Like the little crabs that are wearing the helmets.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of bad movies, I don't know if you'll like Carnival of Souls, Jacob.
No, you don't?
I think he will. I think like
he might. It's a little slow paced though.
He likes Night of the Living Dead though, and I think it has a very similar.
I fucking love Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I've really come around to older movies. I think like I don't know, for the show, I don't think I've seen an older movie that I didn't like. It's more the newer stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
musicals.
It's interesting. I mean, you can when you watch it, you can tell that it's.
What year did it come out?
69, I think.
Oh, so right around that time, huh?
Yeah, it's also black and white too. Like they clearly were riding on the Night of the Living Dead train.
How are the Twilight Zone episodes?
Actually, I really like them.
Yeah.
Because actually, one of them was like a French short film that.
Okay.
Yeah, that occurs at Owl Creek Bridge, and you picked the Hitchhiker as well, right?
Yeah, because they're basically just
Yeah, and that's a classic episode. Like that's one of the ones that gets put really high up there. So.
Yeah, I mean, all of them have the same kind of theme.
Yeah,
is it because of the actors and actresses in it, or because of this? Like, it's a well-made episode.
It's just a really well-made episode. Yeah. It's like one of the creepier ones for sure.
The way she just jumped out that window was hilarious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie.
I love that all her shoes have like super high heels.
Dude, she's in space wearing like spandex. I'm pretty sure that fuck you up. I'm pretty sure it's a little cold out there in space.
Yeah. Spaghettification for the win.
Joe Spinell, his demise.
Oh no!
That's it.
This is how he becomes the maniac. This is his origin story.
It pushes him over the edge. That's it. God, man, what if there was like some kind of Easter egg in that movie where it's like, if we just missed it because we weren't expecting it to be there? There's actually a Starcrash universe. Like it's this movie and Rocky now because Joe Spinell's in that. It's the Spinell universe.
And Godfather too. Jordan Peele is doing a reimagining of the Twilight Zone. They haven't said who's gonna be the announcer, or the host, I guess. But yeah, he's definitely doing one.
And that's the thing too, is shows that have hosts. I don't know. They're not. Look at how realistic this looks. What is going on here? They don't have like great. Wasn't okay. Wait, I distracted myself. Wasn't Flash Gordon like a year after this? Like the special effects in Flash Gordon are a million times better than this.
I have no idea, man. I haven't seen Flash Gordon.
I'm pretty sure it's really close, like 1980 or maybe 81.
Yeah, it's all about budget. You have a good enough budget, you can make anything.
That's true.
Spinelliverse. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, the Spinell. It's Flash Gordon is 1980. It was a year later. That's ridiculous. And they had Queen for the soundtrack, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
That's if that came out on Waxworks, I'd be all over that.
They're gonna have to clean all the fingerprints off of her space helmet there.
You know, of all the things that I hated about that Ted movie, the teddy bear movie,
yeah,
the Flash Gordon stuff was fucking great. That stuff was so fucking funny. It made the movie worth it. I've only seen it once, and I'm glad that I did for the Flash Gordon stuff. That's it. I don't care about anything else in that movie. I'm not a big Seth MacFarlane fan. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I've watched like 4 episodes of The Family Guy in my whole life. Is he like talking to us right now?
I think so.
It's straight down the barrel of the camera there. God, how weird was it in Trash Fire? Like the way they look straight at the camera and have those conversations, like so disarming.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was telling Andrea that I up until the grandmother went to see the pastor, I hated that. I couldn't stand it.
Wow.
What, was it because of the characters? Like they were just so unlikable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, literally, these are trash people.
Dude, the way they were talking to each other was rough. Like they were so fucking horrible to each other. And there's that whole sequence where they go out to dinner with Pablo from Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Like they go out to dinner with him and he's such a dick to that guy, like on purpose.
Yeah, he loves every second of that. And when they talk about like, yeah, I want to have the baby, I was just like, please don't. Please don't do this. You're gonna ruin that kid's life. That
kid's life is ruined forever though. Like, dude.
Well, yeah, of course.
The ending of that movie, those last 2 minutes of like, and I watched that again, pulling the audio for it. And like we did it justice for sure, but like there's also parts of it that we didn't, like you can't express how anguished the woman from what's her name? The woman from Final Girls. I don't remember what her name is.
Oh, Angela Trimber.
Yeah, you can't express how anguished she is. You know what I mean? Like you said, how she grabs her hair and holds her hair, and Pearl is like, I don't know. I've never forgotten. I don't think I'll ever forget the ending of that movie. It's just crazy. Pearl is one of the weirdest characters I've ever seen in a movie.
I can't wait for you to watch Excision. That's going to be so fun.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Just pulling that one clip that I pulled from that movie, it really makes me want to watch that movie. And you weren't kidding. They make her look weird in that movie. Like she is strange, but she's like a teenager, right? That's the point. Like she's got bad skin, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like supposed to be like Carrie, where it's not that she's ugly. She just like is unkempt and very plain looking because she doesn't take care of herself.
Yeah. Have either of you seen Excision by that author? Dude, I don't know. Tab has talked it up and I'm totally excited to watch it.
Yeah, for real. I think it's going to blow your mind as well. That was the first movie I saw by that director. So I was like, wow. I think that one blew my mind a little more than Trash Fire just because I had already seen that one.
I mean, just reading some of the quotes, because I was looking for a good quote to use. And I couldn't help but see some of the things that are in that movie, and I'm like, oh no, I'm ruining things already. And I don't know. That's one that I don't know. Do you think we'll cover that for an episode?
I mean, we definitely could do that for an episode,
What
but that
would
would be
you pair it
one.
with?
God, I'd have to think about that. You know, David, who is a huge proponent of that movie, he's the one that introduced it to me.
Yeah.
He said American Mary because the characters go through similar trajectories, but in a very different way.
I remember American Mary disturbing me a lot,
Mhm.
specifically that Betty Boop lady.
Yeah.
She was just strange looking. That was makeup, right? She didn't.
Oh yeah. I mean, the actress's name is Kristen Risk, and she's like in the new Saska Sisters remake of Rabid, and she does not look like that.
Okay, I was gonna say because I remember looking at her thinking like, what the hell happened to your face? But I liked American Mary. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
I really like Catherine Isabel. I mean, she's great.
And she's gorgeous in that movie. Like every frame of that movie, she is just beautiful. So
I think that she is amazing. One of my favorite performance of hers is in Hannibal. Like she's amazing in Hannibal. She's so cool. Is that a character in the book in the Hannibal, or did they make that character up?
It is, but I think she's a bodybuilder in the book.
Margot is a bodybuilder.
I think so. Maybe I'm
Wow.
messing that up.
Oh, dude, holy cow. So just Googling American Mary, seeing the images of Catherine Isabel, holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. She's beautiful in that movie. I mean, she's beautiful in general, but in that movie especially, they really play up the way she looks.
I should pick that episode of the fucking Goosebumps show where she's in that. She's like 12 years old. She's the weirdest looking kid on earth.
I mean, she's really pretty in Ginger Snaps, so it's not a surprise that she's...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the first movie I would have seen with her. Probably Jason versus Freddy. I'm not going to lie.
I think I saw her first in Ginger Snaps. So.
I didn't see Ginger Snaps so much later. I was a lot older when I saw Ginger Snaps.
We do Ginger Snaps. We have to have Casey back because she loves
Yeah,
Ginger
she
Snaps.
loves that movie.
Well, she and I both really like the guy that's in that movie too.
We could do that with the Howling 2. Is it Howling 2 is the one my sister is a werewolf? Or is that Howling
do
3?
it with Silver Bullet? I think.
No, it's got to be girl werewolves. Come on.
Oh, all right. Well,
Ginger Snaps and Howling 2 because that's a female werewolf. Like she's a woman.
Howling 2
werewolf.
is a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Is that the one? My sister, yeah, Howling 2, your sister is a werewolf. Yes. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying there's only like 2 movies on Earth where there's a woman werewolf as the main character.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, we made it. We made it through Starcrash.
We
Starcrash?
did indeed.
That's what it's called?
Starcrash, yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, we're way behind, guys, because of just like how busy we've both been. Like
Yeah.
us, like I know we owe a movie commentary. We owe definitely some TV commentaries. What else?
Well, just guest episodes and all of that. Like everybody is going to get their episode for this year for sure. Brandon, unfortunately, your guest episode is going to be next year. Sorry about that, but you will get one, and you'll get an episode later because you're a $20 level. But start thinking about your movies.
When
we can plan that.
Yeah, seriously, it was like the other day I was driving home from like my parents' house or something. Where did I go? I was playing Warhammer or something, and I had the realization. It's like, dude, we have so many fucking patrons now. We can't even do twice a week or twice a month anymore. We don't have time. Like we would seriously be doing 22 out of 26 episodes would be patron picks, which is fine because you guys rock it out for the most part, except for Repo. Sorry, Fred.
But yeah, I mean, like one of the things that we love about doing the show is getting to pick the themes and pick movies for each other. So, and I'm sure you guys like that too. Like you guys like to be surprised and all of that. So,
I also think there's a reason that, you know, you guys all joined on Patreon is because of some of the shit that we picked.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Have you guys seen Repo? The genetic opera?
Yeah. The musical, not the Jude Law movie or the one with Amelia Estevez, which is not related at all, but happens to be called Repo Man.
What thoughts do we have on that movie?
Yeah, it's not for me.
Thank you.
Have you seen it?
Never seen it.
Dude, don't. It's Hot Topic the movie. Tab puts it best in the episode. It's Hot Topic the movie. It's the cheesiest, craziest stuff ever. I mean, it's okay, but Fred. Oh man, Fred. It's like open. I openly apologize on the episode. It's like, wow, man, this just did not do it for us. We kept it positive because that's what we do on Test Pattern. But like, woof, that movie was hard. I had to watch it twice simply because my brain forced myself to forget what I had witnessed.
I mean, it is like an Evanescence video, a 2-hour Evanescence video.
It really is. And the hardest thing is that it's an opera, so every line is sung in the whole movie to the effect of like, "Hey, Dad."
Yeah, it's sort of sung. Let's be real.
Here. And it's like you're not singing; you're just randomly altering your voice.
And some of that sounded like auto-tune, like.
Yeah. It did get put with Sweeney Todd, which I had not seen since it came out, and I like Sweeney Todd. That was all right. I wouldn't say I was like in love with it, but just musicals are not my thing, and they never will be. I don't think.
Yeah, I liked Sweeney Todd, and it made me look for different stage productions on YouTube, like if they had videos, just to see what other people did.
Yeah,
there's actually a really good version of A Little Priest with Imelda Staunton from Harry Potter, and Michael Ball, who was just a Broadway or a West End performer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that version of it is really good. I think it looks like it's set in the 30s because from what I found out, they've set it at different time periods for different stage productions.
Really?
Yeah. Because there's one with Patti LuPone where they're almost wearing modern clothes. It's very interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting to see what they do with it. And then I think that one is really good. Okay, so Andrea says Michael Cerveris is her favorite Sweeney Todd, which I haven't seen. So
yeah, I have only seen this one. I have not seen any other ones.
You definitely can tell a difference when you watch like a stage version because the singing is very strong, and obviously for the movie, the singing was not as strong because it's Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. So,
dude, okay, so I'm flipping through pictures from Howling 2. Man, this is not a bad movie. This looks awesome. The special effects, I've only saw it once, and it was on like USA Up All Night. So like I'm looking at some of the gore effects that were in that movie, and they definitely weren't in USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear.
Okay, so Andrea said that the one with Patti LuPone is Michael Cerveris. So I guess I have seen videos from that one, but I didn't know who he was. I know Patti LuPone from Les Mis, which we talk about in that episode too.
Yeah, because you call it Les Mis. I know you're a fan of it because you call it Les Mis, and only people that are fans of it would call it that instead of Les Miserables.
That's true. That is true.
That was another one like Joe liked that. I remember Joe said he was in Les Mis or something like that.
Oh, well, I love Les Mis, but it's not for everybody. Like, if you don't like musicals,
I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know, but I vaguely remember that. All right. I'm fucking tired, and I'm sure Tab is tired. Tab rocked like 60 hours this week. Probably edited what, another 20, 30 hours this week?
Yeah, and I have more editing to do. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was really good to see everybody, and I'm glad some people joined at the end too. I think we lost Michael, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Skullhottie, it's good to see you, man.
Yes, thank you for hanging out.
Dude, seriously, like looking at those pictures just made me so jealous. So I looked like we had a blast. Ryan, dude, as always, it's awesome.
Yes. And thank you, Brandon. I think this is the first one we've seen you on, so hopefully you'll be back.
Yeah, and Michael made it in, like you said. So All right, cool.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if you're coming, we'll be here.
Yeah. Saturday morning cartoon.
We'll be here in like 13 hours. So
yeah. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.